is the new sim racing setup. The goal of this setup is to build a sim racing rig that is solid, functional, compact so it fits in a corner space, and most of all, it must look good. The frame selected for this build is the Track Racer TR120. These aluminium frames are extremely strong, adjustable, and there is a huge range of accessories for customization. This allows for endless possibilities to configure and dial in the perfect setup. The TR120 has unique curved metal pieces on the base to give a stable and visually appealing wide-body design. This is paired with the TR1 universal wheel mount, the aluminium profile pedal mount, the long arm shifter mount, and a separate single monitor stand. Opening the boxes, we can find a card that has the QR code link to download the build manual. You may want to print off a paper copy of the manual if you prefer, but I found referencing the manual on a screen of a device worked well for the build. All the parts and the aluminium extrusion come well packaged. The first thing to notice is the high quality of the parts and hardware. All the metal parts are well made and feel solid. With high quality parts and hardware, the thicker walled aluminium profile and heavy duty brackets all add up to ensure a solid rig build. By following the manual, the assembly is fairly straightforward. It starts by building the base and working around the frame and installing the corner brackets and bolting parts together. Profiles are joined together by either installing ball spring T-nuts and bolting the aluminium profiles with the corner braces, or as used on the base by bolting directly into the ends of the threaded profile. The TR120 comes included with a seat slider. This is handy for quickly adjusting the seat position or moving the seat back to make it easier to jump in and out of the rig. The seat slider bolts directly onto the profile cross sections on the base with the T-nuts, and then the seat is bolted onto this. For the pedal plate, I'm using the aluminium profile mount with the heel plate. This will offer the most adjustability and with options to mount individual pedals or to install complete pedal sets with built-in heel plates. For the installation, the side plates of the pedal kit are bolted onto the frame and the position can be adjusted with the metal levers. Three sections of profile are then bolted onto the side plates, and finally a heel plate is attached to make a highly adjustable and solid pedal plate. The wheel mount is the TR1, which comes with red anodized brackets. The mount is designed to side mount a direct drive wheelbase, but there is also a universal mount plate, which is pre-drilled for mounting a variety of wheelbases. The universal wheel mount is installed in between the two TR1 brackets. The shifter mount can be mounted on the left or right side of the frame. The longer arm mount has a support section which makes it super solid, and this is bolted onto the frame with corner brackets and a corner plate. A mount is included for the shifter that has pre-drilled holes for a variety of shifters, allowing quick and easy mounting. Then installing the protective end caps around the rig finishes off the frame build. For this build, I've decided to go with a separate single monitor stand over the integrated mount. This allows for versatile monitor placement and with the ability to be moved out of the way when working on the rig. The seat is a Sparco circuit. It's a deep bucket seat designed for rally and circuit racing. For the installation, the seat brackets are bolted onto the seat slider rails. Then the seat is bolted onto the brackets, and from here we can use different mounting holes to adjust the seat angle. The pedals are next to be installed directly to the aluminium profile. 4 T-nuts are pre-installed and the pedals are bolted down. With the pedals installed, the stock heel plate is reinstalled. This pedal mounting system is great and it can be used to mount pedals individually, or like these with a pedal plate. These pedals are the Fanatic V3 load cell pedals, which I've been using over the last few years. They're an older set of pedals now, but still working well. The TR1 universal mount plate has pre-drilled holes for installing most popular wheelbases. While this gives the best position for mounting options and monitor placement, I wanted to set up the wheelbase with a side-mounted look. The Moser wheelbase doesn't have any side-mounted holes, but luckily with the universal mount inverted, Its compact size fits in between the bracket mounts to give a neat side-mounted look. The wheelbase is the Moser Racing R12 direct drive wheelbase that produces a peak torque of 12 Nm, which I find has plenty of power, and it has an excellent solid quick release system, so it's an easy choice to continue to use it. The handy pre-drilled holes on the shifter mount allow the shifter to be directly bolted to the mount. The shifter is the Moser Racing 7-speed shifter with a reverse gear. The shifter has a firm, positive tactile feel and great for games that need a manual gearbox. For the handbrake, I decided to install the handbrake directly to the profile just in front of the shifter. The good thing with the included spring ball T-nuts is that they can be added to the slots of the profile without unbolting or removing the end brackets. These are just gently rocked into place and then any accessory can be bolted on. The handbrake is the Moser Racing analog handbrake. It's well built and accurate with its angle sensor, which makes it perfect for rally or drifting. The monitor is an Acer 49-inch ultra-wide 144Hz screen with an 1800R curve. While triples are better in most cases, having a single monitor without bezels in view and a single DisplayPort cable and one power cable makes for a neat and tidy setup. With a clean bezel-free look, it's almost like looking through a car windscreen. Not to mention the space saved versus a triple screen setup. It's also less demanding of the GPU, meaning higher frame rates while running higher graphics settings. Underneath the rig, I've decided to use the premium Track Racer floor mat. This protects the floor, and as an added bonus, it has RGB lights. It outlines a dedicated space for the rig to sit on, and it looks amazing. The RGB lights can cycle through various colours by pressing the button on the mat, and it's connected and powered over a single USB cable. The sim mat is made of a neoprene material, which helps dampen any noise travelling through the floor. It defines the space for the rig, and it's the finishing touch that brings everything together. All the hardware, including the wheelbase, pedals, sim and monitor, are run from a single PC. And to control the PC while sitting in the rig, I'm using the Logitech K400 keyboard. It's a basic wireless media keyboard with a trackpad, which works well for adjusting settings. For the steering wheels, I'm using the KS wheel and the ES wheel with the 12-inch wheel mod. I've selected these because they have the same diameter and depth. These cover all racing needs and there's no need to move and readjust the wheel height or seating position when swapping wheels. The finished setup has turned out amazing. It's compact, functional, and it looks good. I highly recommend going with a solid rig like the TR120, especially if you're using a direct drive wheelbase. It's one of the best upgrades you can make to your setup. For future upgrades, I may add a sequential shifter and a full motion system. Let me know what you think about the setup and how you'd build your dream setup in the comments below. Alright, that's a new sim setup build for now. Hope you enjoyed it and thanks for watching.